my next trick, I need the audience member to pick any card he or she wants to. In this case, let's say the spectator touches the Ace of Clubs, a very good card. We're going to take it and place it roughly into the center of the pack, so you can see it goes flush into the middle of the pack. Now at this point, magicians would usually split the deck in half, okay, roughly in half, and shuffle the packs into each other, facing down into facing down. I'm going to do something similar, but instead of shuffling these two halves facing down into facing down, I'm going to turn around the top pack, so we have a facing down pack and a facing up pack, okay? And give them a pharaoh shuffle. By doing that, facing up cards are going to get shuffled into facing down ones, and I really want you to see they go into each other, okay? And now we have a completely messed up deck because we have our facing down cards amongst facing down ones and so on, okay? Here facing down, facing up, and so on. Now, if I would place the deck on the table, it would give the illusion that the pack is facing down because the top card is facing down. Or the opposite way, if you just turn around the top card, it looks like we have here a facing up deck. And if I cut the deck somewhere where the facing up card is on top, it really gives the illusion that I just cut a facing up deck. But I hardly believe that magic is turning an illusion to reality. So watch this. By doing that, you can see that really every single card is now facing up, except for one card in the center. What was your card? The Ace of Clubs? Here we go. So here's the explanation for this quick, simple, and visual triumph effect. Now the setup you need is basically taking about half of the cards, okay, maybe a little less than half, and turning them facing up, okay? So now you have your facing down half, and beneath it a facing up half. Of course, if you want to perform this trick after you have performed another effect, you can just do the half pass and turn around the pack. Once you're here, you want the spectator to choose a card from the top pack here, from the facing down ones, without flashing the facing up cards below. So let's say the spectator touches this card over here, the Two of Hearts. Once the spectator has memorized this card, you're going to take it and lose it roughly in the middle of the pack. You want to lose this card amongst the facing up cards, which are about here, okay? Now, of course, if you want, you could place them here in the bottom third of the pack. That would be very easy for you, so it would be definitely in between the facing up cards here. But there is actually no point for putting the card into the bottom third of the pack. Usually magicians place them into the center. So what I try to do is to push these Two of Hearts selection in the top third of the half, bottom half, okay, right here. So it looks like it is in the middle. I push it in, okay, and if I spread the pack now, you can see that the facing down card is in the top third of the bottom pack, okay? That's what you want to reach. Once you're here, you explain, usually magicians would split the pack into half, and as you're seeing this, you really riffle the pack, okay, and split the pack in half. What you want to do is you want to refill all the facing up cards into your hand, and then refill one facing down card on top of them and catch a break. Okay, very simple. And one little tip, since you have the selection facing down in this pack, this might kind of confuse you. Okay, you really want to have all the facing up cards first, and then the facing down card, which is a random card. So don't do that. Okay. Now I got a facing down card, but this is actually the selection. On top of it, I still have facing up cards. So you are gonna pass one facing down card and then finish the facing up cards over here. Okay? And now catch a break above the facing down random card here. Okay? Now, and this is gonna be a very simple and fluent motion. You're gonna talk, and as you're talking, you're gonna say, okay, let's split the deck roughly in half. And by saying that, I've already caught my break on top of the random facing down card over here. Now I'm gonna push the remaining cards above the break like so to the front, and say, usually magicians shuffle them facing down into facing down. I'm gonna try something different, turn around the top peg, okay, and push them again towards the spaghetti so they can see here a facing down peg, which is actually facing up, and a facing up peg. Now, there is one thing you should keep in mind. You never want the spaghetti to stay behind you or to see this part of the peg, because this is kind of weird. You have your two facing down cards, but here facing up, facing down. So you always want the spaghetti to see this part of the peg. Now you're going to split them, okay? And even if you want to square them up, try to show this side to the spectator, not this side, okay? And this peg is actually not important, you can show it both sides. Now you tap here, square them up, and you are going to perform the Pharaoh shuffle. And you want the top card, this random facing down card, to go on top, okay? Like so. Now I usually here show the facing up cards and I point to the facing down cards and slowly push them in, okay? And by the way, if you don't know how to perform the Pharaoh shuffle, you can just go to YouTube and try to find an explanation for it. But I think most of you know how to do it. Now after you've shuffled the cards into each other, you're in this position. All the cards are facing up, except for the facing down card and the random card on top. Now I usually want to show that the cards are really shuffled into facing down, into facing up, and I really mention this. And as I'm mentioning it, I catch a break above the facing down selection over here. Now I can just show them here quickly that I have here facing up cards and lift this up this way so they don't see the break, and then drop the break on top, show the facing down card so you see what I'm trying to do, okay? And maybe turn around the peg. So you kind of want to confuse the spectator by showing him facing down cards, facing up cards, turning the peg around, okay? And then finish here, okay? So the peg is facing up with the facing down card on top. And one quick tip, as you're riffling the card to catch a break on top of the selection, you see that it is in the top third of the peg, which is not that good because you want it to halve. So if that's the case, just remember that the selection is in the top third because you are going to do an extra move at the end. So now you place the tag on the table, you say it gives the illusion it is facing down or the opposite way, you turn around the peg, okay, the top card, and now it gives the illusion that the peg is facing up. Now usually I would end here, snap my fingers and reveal the card in the middle. But since the selection is in the top third of the peg, I'm usually saying that you can go one step further in the illusion and cut here one more facing up card to the top. By doing this, the selection is going to be in the center. Okay, and as I'm cutting the cards, I really say, okay, I'm going to try to find a facing up card here. Okay, here's a facing up card, and if I cut it to the top, it gives the illusion I cut a facing up peg. So I'm still kind of lying to the spectator, okay? And by doing that, I'm in the perfect situation. The selection, facing down selection, is in the middle of the peg, facing down. I can do any magical gesture or say something and reveal the two of hearts. Now, as you can see, this is actually a very simple effect. There are really simple moves going on. I know there were some parts that were hard to understand, complicated, but just follow along, watch this video maybe a second time, the explanation part, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to perform this trick within 5 minutes. It is very simple to do and very simple to understand. That's been said, I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did so, comment in the comment section below and leave a thumbs up. That's it. I see you next time.